welcome to the Science Faction Podcast, where science meets fact meets fiction.
This is Science Faction for the week of December 29th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen Dominguez, and joining me today, one individual not blasting down the slopes of a snowy peak.
How would you know? But I'm Benjamin Daniel Lawless, and yeah, you're right, Stephen.
I was assuming. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing that.
I shouldn't assume.
Stephen, welcome back, man.
Thank you. It felt like a piece of me was missing last week. When I edited the show, I was like, I have things to say, but I can't. I'll have to wait.
Oh, yeah. Looking at the, I can see right now looking at kind of our notes here, like, yeah, there's one big thing, which like literally, what was it, 9 hours after we recorded?
Yeah.
the first Avengers Doomsday trailer actually came out.
Right.
And
in an official capacity, because it's been leaked for a while. And by a while, I mean like a good week or so, maybe closer to 2 weeks. And a lot of it was making the rounds, and a lot of people were shrugging it off as AI, because it, like you said last week, if you just go to YouTube and type in Doomsday trailer, just AI slop out the yin yang. It's everywhere.
Tons of it.
And I think you mentioned that like some of it is based on what people who have seen it, and it was like attempting to recreate people's explanations of what they saw, and that just muddies the water even more. Anyways, we're gonna get there. First, I want to talk about how sick I am, because I'm not better.
You're still sick? Jeez, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear that.
Yeah, I didn't try to do that on purpose just to prove to you, but yeah, it's still here. It hasn't gone away yet. And it started off as just like a sore throat. And when I'm a father of 2 kids, right? A lot of sickness comes in and out of the house. Right. And Martine will often, and I will often look at each other and go, yeah, we're fighting something. Like we can tell, we're like a little extra tired, don't feel quite right. But then we successfully fight it off and we soldier on, and we don't actually fall sick. Right.
Okay.
And that happens, not often, but enough, because kids. This time it started happening, and I was like, I'm starting to fight something. And then my throat started to get sore, and I was like, oh no, they've breached my defenses. So I had a sore throat, and then the next day it was all in my sinuses. And then by that night, it had settled into my chest. It moved fast, and it has been living in my chest ever since. For a couple days, I was just in bed, just like sleeping and being miserable. I did have a fever at one point, a very low grade fever. And after that happened, we went and got, I didn't do anything. My powerful wife, who had to carry all of Christmas on her shoulders because I was out for the count. She went and got COVID/flu tests, and was like, all right, let's see how serious this is. And luckily those came back negative. I was like, all right.
Right on.
This,
okay.
Big old fingers crossed, this isn't going to get worse, right? And so she was like, just rest, get better, because I need your help. And I'm doing the best I can. And it took Christmas Eve was the first day. So the 24th. Oop, hold on, I gotta mute my Discords here because people are gonna start talking.
And it's not just me. It's not just me. I'm going to be talking, but
everyone's talking.
Yeah. Everybody, welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show. Let's all talk. So Christmas Eve was the first day where I was like, okay, I think I can actually do stuff today. But I did not want to travel through our rainstorm, our once a year rainstorm here in California, all the way down to Santa Barbara. And there's some family members that are immunocompromised. And so it was like, I'm not going to go. Just don't want to risk that. And that's like, because that was the Christmas celebration where people come from all over, right? And the kids have been just so excited for it. And unfortunately, that day as well, Martine was like, I'm getting sick too. And I was like, what? But it wasn't like far gone enough, but she could tell it was coming. It's just a cluster, man. Anyways, long story short, and I'm sorry, but now the 29th, today, yesterday, I'm starting to feel back to normal unless I exert myself too much. So
cue a lot of errands right before recording a podcast.
Yeah, like guess what? I finally finished my Christmas shopping. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to finish my Christmas shopping, Stephen.
Just roll over to next year. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. That's so funny.
Oh, my
yeah,
goodness.
no, I was a little bit under the weather too. If you, Exhibit A, last week's episode.
Yeah, I heard it immediately.
Oh yeah, man. But like, it's funny. We had the opposite sort of thing where, since we were planning on hosting Christmas, Nicole's like, hey, you haven't been feeling well for quite a few days. It's atmospheric rivers outside.
Mm-hmm.
We're canceling Christmas. And so, or postponing it. And so we ended up having all my in-laws come over and a couple of friends on Saturday for chili. And yeah. So,
I got a text from friend of the show, Matt, about the chili.
Yeah.
And I was like, that looks like good chili.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And I asked him, I was like, you're going to send that to him without any context? He goes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that was fine. I was like, yep, that exists.
Yeah. It was specifically telling you that he also did not know about Fritos and chili.
Oh,
and this
okay.
This is probably a like San Diego thing. Like San Diego, we have, we put French fries in our burritos, right? But
sure.
we don't put chili on our Fritos. Like that's not a thing that I recall.
You guys have enough going on that you don't also need that, it sounds like.
Yeah. Don't at me, San Diegans. It's okay. You probably know, but you are also probably far more worldly than I, your humble podcast host. However, Nicole brought up, put the chili on the Fritos. And I was like, that sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Like, how long have you been doing that? She goes, since forever. Like the dawn of man, the cave paintings were showing chili and Fritos.
Yeah.
And
it was great.
To this year I learned.
It's like San Diegoans could be like, yeah, I guess we could put chili on Fritos, but I'm too busy eating my French fries and my burritos. So
right,
I'll get to that right after I do that, and then go surfing.
Right, exactly. And then we got the avocado toast, and we got it's just all, San Diegans have got it covered. Like they're fine. They don't need another thing.
No, they're good. Speaking of weird food, I want to talk about something. I'm gonna do something that is rare for this show, and that is a live taste test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not on the notes, so I'm just gonna do it. It's fine. Yeah. It'll be quick.
Sure.
Here's.
You wait. It won't be.
So Fallout Season 2 has hit. And because Fallout is now a household name, which wasn't the case when I was growing up, it has positives and negatives. Negatives, you got dumb people talking about Fallout that don't understand. How dare they? Positives, cool swag. So Jones Soda has made versions of sodas
of Nuka Cola
from Fallout. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And I think they did this to a very limited capacity during the first season, but this year at our local Costco's, or actually it was Costco's on the East Coast, was where this was advertised. But now it seems like Overstock has finally made its way to the West Coast, where Fallout should be the West Coast. Come at me, bros. We'll talk about more about that later. It is a box of 12 sodas that include Nuka Cola Quantum, which is berry lemonade soda, is how they're saying it. A grape Nuka Cola, which I don't have in front of me, and also Sunset Sarsaparilla, which was the main drink from the Fallout New Vegas game. They had Nuka Cola in it as well, but that was like, here's our local, drink for this game, which is cool. They do they add more drinks every game, and it's fine. They're like little power ups within the game itself. Plus, every time you crack one open, you get a bottle cap, which is money. So why not? So here's the deal. I've got a Sunset Sarsaparilla in front of me, and I've got a Nuka Cola Quantum in front of me. One of these I've heard is pretty good. One of these I've heard is awful. Which one do you want me to drink, Ben?
Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get the mic to pick up me opening it. Yeah. Maybe I can.
Yeah, that's on.
I can put the volume up in post. All right, here we go. Sunset Sarsaparilla.
No, it came through.
It came
just
through?
Fine.
Oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go.
Glug, glug, glug. Steven is slurping sarsaparilla. He has a very curious look on his face.
I just feel like I got a +1 hit point. Yeah, this is good. This is a tasty, very tasty root beer like experience. Here we go. Right. So there's some lore on the bottle here. Howdy, partner. Quench your thirst the old-fashioned way with an ice-cold bottle of Sunset Sarsaparilla. The legendary Wild West flavor cherished across the Mojave since 1918. And don't forget to keep an eye out for those elusive Blue Star caps. One day, fortune just might smile your way. Which that was a side quest in New Vegas. Sometimes you'd get a bottle cap with a blue star on it. You get enough blue stars, you go to the Sunset Sarsaparilla bottling plant, and you get a reward of some sort. So I'm not going to spoil that. This is good. I recommend this. This is tasty.
Nice.
That means the other one. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to offer my own little. I tried on a whim the Canada Dry ginger ale fruit splash.
Oh.
It's a cherry ginger ale. It's good. It's good.
It's good. A cherry ginger ale. Okay.
Yes, a Canada Dry fruit splash is what it's called.
Wow.
Which is So give that a shot sometime.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the Tasting Delicious Drinks podcast. Let's taste another drink. Shall we?
Well, I mean, should we call it the Delicious Drinks? Because, we'll find out here in a second.
This is the Drinks podcast.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to my buddy David. Sorry, I've got two Davids in my head. And so one of them is David, the other one's Dave. But this Dave also goes by David. Anyways, he actually went to the Costco to pick one up for himself, and he picked one up for me. So, and I picked that up today as part of my errand. So thank you. Thank you, David. Oh, I cracked it open without it being in front of the mic. Sorry about that. Here we go. Nuka Cola Quantum Berry Lemonade Soda. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't know what I was expecting, but it is exactly a berry lemonade soda. It tastes like berries, tastes like lemonade. Yeah, that's fine. It's a bit too fruity for my taste, perhaps. But if you go after a drink that says berry lemonade, well then that's exactly what it gives you. This has some lore in it as well. With its unique flavor and distinct bluish glow, Nuka Cola Quantum was poised to dominate the soft drink market. Unfortunately, it was released to the public on October 23rd, 2077, the same day that the bombs fell. That's true.
Oh.
Yeah. They're still all over the game, and they're harder to find. They're a better power-up, that kind of deal. They do glow in the dark, because they have uranium in them in the game, not in my hand.
Oh, okay.
So, okay, cool. Well, there it was. There's our my Fallout taste test of a couple of drinks. I'm going to put the cap back on this Quantum and keep drinking this Sarsaparilla because yum.
All right. There you go.
There it is.
So, Stephen, this is the time of year where Steam has their winter sales.
Yes.
And, it's very difficult to be a gamer nerd and find yourself not partaking in the Steam winter sale because the prices are crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I'd like to offer a little recommendation, a little video game recommendation. It's called Bang Bang Racing. And
this is rated what?
E for everyone.
Oh, excellent. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yes.
You never know.
Bang Bang. Yeah. I'm glad that you asked. I'm really glad that you asked. It's currently $1 on Steam till January 5th, and it's really good. It's a arcade racing game from top down. It's really small, like 200 megabytes to download. Runs great on the Steam Deck. The controls are most excellent, and it's usually like $10, so it's like 90% off.
Wow. It's
you can play
racing.
Yeah, it looks very chibi racing. Well, okay, Steven, she may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
Oh.
She's got 4-player split screen multiplayer racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good. I heard about it a couple months ago from a YouTube video. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll pop that onto my wish list. And then sure enough, I see it's down to $1. And I picked it up. And it's really, really good. I picked it up with a few other games, and it was the first one I started.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to stop playing it to try out the other games I got.
Ooh, that good.
So, yeah. Bang Bang Racing from Handy Games. It came out in 2012, but it's still good, And it looks chibi. Very
everything's short and fun and squished and
smallish. Looks like kind of like toys, but it's fun.
Toys with a Z, probably.
Yeah, I don't want to. Don't at me, Disney. It's just.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man.
That looks really cool, man. Awesome.
Yeah. Give it a shot.
So let's continue on the. By the way, I just put that in my shopping cart. I'm totally gonna buy that and play it.
Heck yeah!
For under $1, like,
right?
I find dollars around the house. So if I could find a video game, that'd be even better. So.
Yeah. And I mean, mind you, I know that I'm kind of. I'm really into racing games. That's just kind of a thing about me. But this really punches outside of its class for $1, for sure.
What about for $10? If you pay full price?
I would be happy to pay full price for this. But I probably wouldn't, given its like what it looks like. Because the graphics look so cutesy.
Right.
However, it is. I mean, it's like. I say top down, but it is a 3D racer. The camera angles change pretty significantly. There's a lot of risk reward that happens through it. You can repair your car in the pit lane. You don't have like weapons necessarily, but when you run into certain barrels barrels on the track, then they will start to kind of flash. So like it kind of sets up a nasty time for the racers behind you.
Yes, the old nasty time.
It has some semi-destructible environments, so you can run through certain track borders and create your own shortcuts. And they persist through further laps on the same race. Each race, it's a really great pick up and play sort of thing. Like each race takes like 2 to 4 minutes to get through max.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really digestible. So, I mean, yeah, I highly recommend it.
Awesome. Just awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to talk about Fallout?
Sure.
Some more?
More Fallout? Sure.
More.
Why not? I guess.
So, as I was waiting on Christmas Eve, that was the same day that I watched the second episode of the second season of Fallout on Amazon Prime. So this season so far has been great.
So, I mean, I guess I think it's important to say here where I say that I'm a fan of racing video games. Steven's a fan of all the genre of video games called Fallout.
Yes.
Big fan from way back. You can even watch his walkthroughs or his play-alongs. Playthroughs, of the first Fallout on YouTube.
Yeah, try to find it. I dare you. I didn't even complete that playthrough. I kept dying at a certain spot, and I was like, I'll get back to this later. It's been years.
That feels like my experience of playing Fallout 1.
I mean, Fallout 1 is no joke. Like, it is.
No.
It is no joke. There's a reason why, like, the newer Fallout fans are like, oh, yeah, I played the old one, Fallout 3. I'm like, no. So this season is great because, as was alluded to at the end of last season, they're heading towards New Vegas. And Fallout New Vegas was a game that came out after Fallout 3. So Bethesda of Skyrim fame, of the Elder Scrolls games fame, said, hey, we love large RPGs. We love Fallout. Fallout 1 and 2 are huge hits, and the companies have gone under. We are going to buy the rights. And they did. And they made Fallout 3. It was a big hit. They made a bunch of DLC for it. I played all of it. And then they started working on Skyrim or something, and they farmed out making Fallout New Vegas to another studio, Obsidian. Obsidian Entertainment, which right now their claim to fame would be The Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
I believe that's
we all know how this all went. Like, really good video games.
Ugh. Gross. Look, these video games are not pick it up and play it for 2 to 4 minutes. These video games are pick them up and play them for 2 to 4 months. Yeah, these are giant video games, which are amazing and awesome. And Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3 kind of redefined a bunch of stuff for the Fallout universe. Especially in a 3D type environment. Before they were 2D isometric view role-playing games. Now we got the 3D where you're inside the person's head and you're shooting stuff and doing things, and it's great. So they had a lot of stuff kind of pre-built for them, if you will. They didn't have to invent this game from scratch. But that being said, they pounded this game out in like 8 or 9 months, something like that. Like the development for it was extremely rushed. And there's a whole story behind that. I can't get into all of that, nor do I know all of the details. What I do know is that the game's amazing, and there are what people, fans of the show would enjoy, is there were a plethora of factions within the area. You've got the Brotherhood of Steel kicking around and doing stuff. You have Caesar's Legion or Caesar's Legion doing things. You have the New California Republic, which is there from California moving into Nevada. You've got New Vegas itself and Mr. House that runs New Vegas. And you as the player are just a courier for the Mojave Express, and you just take things from point A to point B. That's what your job is when the game starts. And you have something very, very important, and you are attempted to be killed. And then the game starts with you surviving that attempted killing and your package being stolen for plot reasons. So throughout the course of the game, you are exploring the Mojave. You are exploring New Vegas itself. There are a ton of callbacks to previous games. This game being close to California, where Fallout 1 and 2 were set. So you've got some character overlaps with some of the longer-lived characters because of timelines and whatnot. And it's an amazing game. So all of that knowledge in my head, go to watch Fallout Season 2. And oh boy, the opening, not the cold open, but the opening of the first episode has Lucy and the ghoul and Dogmeat at a place called Novak in that area. Novak, it's a motel, and the name of that city comes from the lights, no vacancy, some of them being broken, and so you just have Novak, and that's the area. It's a little town around this that was set up around this motel. The big deal there from the game is that there's a giant dinosaur. I think it was like Dinky the dinosaur. I could be getting the name wrong. And it's something you can go at the base of it is like a little gift shop. You can go up the stairs, go up into the dinosaur's mouth, and it's like a sniper's nest. And there was a character up there named Boone. I'm talking about the game now, of course. Character up there named Boone, and he's a potential follower if you complete his little quest. But he's essentially was keeping the town safe, being the sniper. And if you complete his quest, he's like, all right, I'll follow you. And then he's a companion, and he shoots really, really good for you. So when the second episode starts, after the cold open bit, which takes place in the past, Lucy's up there with Dogmeat sticking out of the dinosaur's mouth, and down in the middle of this motel area, the Great Khans, just a whole nother thing, this gang are attempting to hang the ghoul for some reason, and they're trying to like eke out some compromise and such. This was so well done. Just like there were little bits of this in the trailer, but seeing the full scene at the beginning of season 2, beautiful. It's like, okay, immediately, like they knew what they were doing from the first season. It's like, okay, they understand Fallout, they understand the lore, they understand what they're doing. This time around, they're like, oh, they not only do they understand, but they love this. They got all the details right. And at one point, even the ghoul even mentions like, oh yeah, I knew somebody that used to work the gift shop when I came through here 25 years ago, and mentions a character that you can meet in the game. You know, like the show and those video games are tied together permanently. Like it is the same world, which they've said before. Like the show is canon in the Fallout lore. All this happened, or is happening, I should say. So yeah, that's wonderful. That's great. The second episode, and I'm trying to talk about this without major spoilers, because the show is so great, and I recommend people watch it immediately. The second episode goes back in time a little bit to an event that was alluded to in the first season, which is Shady Sands. Do you know about Shady Sands?
I do not.
Have you watched any of the show?
I'm probably halfway through the first season, but it's been several months.
Excellent. How dare you?
Well,
it's fine.
Don't at me, San Diego.
The San Diegans are furious with you right now.
Yeah.
And listeners, this is what you get when I'm gone for a week. I go like, I gotta talk about everything. I haven't talked to people. So in the first season, a major plot point was that, oh geez, Annabelle's like, get me out of here. Actually, let me, I am going to let her out of here. Give me a second.
Okay. All right. Letting her out of here. Might as well. Because, who who wants to be stuck in a room with Steven talking about talking about this silly game show? Is it a game? Is it a show? Is it a game show?
I'm here.
Who even knows?
What are you talking about?
Right. Oh, just
Fallout?
I was just yeah. Of course I'm talking about.
Of course you are.
This silly game show.
Sunset Sarsaparilla is delicious. All right. So Shady Sands from the first season, it is revealed when Lucy and Maximus come across it. It is a giant crater in the ground, which to the game player was such a huge surprise because that is the capital of the New California Republic. Not only is it the capital of the New California Republic, it was one of the first locations that you go to in the original Fallout game after leaving Vault 13.
Oh.
You leave Vault 13 with the in your little mini map, it says go east to Vault 15 because that's where the water chip might be to save your vault. That's the thing that starts this whole deal. And as you're traveling, boom, between those two, between Vault 13 and 15 is Shady Sands. So you stop there and it's just this little community and there's stuff that you can do and there's people that you meet, blah, blah, blah. It's great. And then they brought it back in the second game as being like, hey, because you helped them in the first game, wow, look how well they're doing now. They're a whole republic. And the daughter of the chief who you could become a follower if you saved her from the Great Khans. I'm not going to get into it. I want to, but I'm not going to. She becomes like the first president of the New California Republic, and she's like 90 in the second game, or even older. And that's Tandy, and she's actually on their money, the New California Republic money. Anyways, it's a very important location within Fallout lore.
Okay.
The main character from the first game, the main character from the second game, both were there, and it created the New California Republic, and that was huge in the New Vegas game and mentioned in the other games. And I believe at this point in the timeline, we don't know exactly what's going on with the New California Republic now that their capital's gone, or one of their capitals is gone. The first capital. It was the first capital, but it later moved to the hub, I believe. Okay, I'm getting all mixed up. Anyways, it got blown up real good, and we didn't know exactly how that happened or like how Shady Sands was before that. The first season just didn't tell us. At the beginning of the second episode, and this is after I tell this little bit, I'm going to stop talking about Fallout. The beginning of the second episode, the camera zooms in, and there's a big destroyed city, but on the outskirts of this city is a giant farming community. And you find out, oh, this is Shady Sands. Great. And that shows young Maximus. Great. All right, we got a timeline here. Shady Sands is alive. Maximus is young. And then and this was so good. I smiled ear to ear. A caravan, or one dude, a Brahmin, the two-headed cow things, pulling the back of a car that's been turned into a cart, starts coming in, and the person is mumbling the same line over and over again. And the line that they're mumbling, let's see if I can get it right. Patrolling the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear winter. And he's just saying that over and over again, which is great because in Fallout New Vegas, that is one of the canned NPC lines from New California Republic, like guards and stuff. As you walk by them, they'll just say that. There's like 10 lines that they say, and that one they seem to say a lot. So it's like this meta joke about, because you later find out he's got something in his head that's like mind controlling him, and that's why he's saying the same thing over and over again. But just to like have him say that over and over again, like as a player of Fallout New Vegas, we've heard that line hundreds of times. It's a meme. Like go and put in your search engine of choice and it'll pop up. Like it's a very well-known line. So to have that in the show as just like the biggest wink to fans of like, we get it. We're here with you. And then it turns out that he's got a big mind control thing, like staple onto the back of his skull. And in the cart was a giant nuclear weapon. And the plot goes on from there. That's the end of Shady Sands. So Fallout Season 2, they're doing even better than the first season, and I thought the first season was great. So awesome, amazing. I love it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Where are we? How long was I talking about? I just looked at the timer. Jeez, I'm sorry.
About 20 minutes. It's all right. Hey, it's your show, man.
It is
like
my
I
show.
don't. Yeah,
that's right.
Gosh darn it.
I'm going to keep talking about it. Now, let's talk about the great cons. No.
Is that also a Fallout reference?
Yeah. So
okay.
It is a gang from the first game that was also present in the second game to some extent, and then in Fallout New Vegas they were also there. It's just like this like biker gang-esque just gang that has persisted over the years, and they're called the Great Khans, and they're kind of Genghis Khan-esque styled. And they're in the first game, their leader kidnapped Tandy, the daughter of the Aradesh, the elder of Shady Sands, and you are asked to go and rescue her. Here's the rub. You can go and rescue her, and if you do, she'll follow you. If you never go back to Shady Sands, she will stay as an NPC follower. As soon as you visit Shady Sands again, then she leaves your party because you've rescued her. Now she goes home. So to then also see the Great Khans are still kicking around in the show is like, oh, I know them, and they all get killed like how you usually kill them all, and somehow they persist. So there, more Fallout. That's what you get. All right, we haven't gotten to our future or now yet. We never said Devin's not here because he's skiing. I teed up that joke at the beginning. Here's the payoff. He's off skiing in Oregon right now. Having a great time. So I think what we've decided is we're going to push a book club one more week because Devin seemed excited to read The Janitor with us. So,
it's unusual for Devin to be that excited. So
yeah, when he perks up on something, you got to let it ride, man. You got to just watch the show. So we're not going to be doing book club, but I think what we do need to do is take a break now, and then when we come back, we will do our future or now section, which maybe we talk about science articles, maybe we talk about Pluribus. I don't know. I have no idea. We'll have to see. Only future us knows. So we'll be right back. You ever notice how everyone in sci-fi movies has a secret society they belong to? The Jedi, the Bene Gesserit, the Illuminati, or whatever. Well, guess what? So do we. It's called our Patreon, and if you join at patreon.com/sciencefactionpodcast, you'll get access to exclusive content, our Discord, and knowledge that normal listeners will never understand. Join us, or remain in the dark. Your call. And we're back.
Hello.
Hi.
And a big thank you to our patrons, Renee and Josh. You guys are awesome. You just heard Steven talk quite a bit, and about all sorts of things, about Avengers Doomsday, about more Fallout, about losing a dog and regaining it. It's been a wild show that most people
it's an adventure,
have no idea about. And so since Steven asked that I talk for a little while because he was talking a lot, it's now Steven's turn for future or now.
Okay.
I kid. I've got one. I'll go. All
right.
So this is
announce the segment.
Oh yeah. So this is future or now.
Now.
So this is now. And I came across on ScienceDaily.com an article that says, after the LA fires, hospitals saw a sudden surge in illness. Now, this is something that is near and dear to my heart. Stephen, you and I, we live in California. Back in January 2025, Los Angeles had wildfires that ripped through the Palisades and a few other parts of Los Angeles, and recently they've been on my mind quite a bit, given the torrential atmospheric drenching, the atmospheric downpours, atmospheric rivers. That's the word that we had last week for right around Christmas. We had lots of storms, and portions of those areas were evacuated in Los Angeles, basically because of the fact that the growth hasn't come back enough to prevent massive mudslides in the area. So anyhow, anything having to do with the here we are a year out from the Los Angeles wildfires, I'm kind of curious about. So it turns out that after those LA wildfires, hospitals recorded a surge in serious health problems. Basically, heart attacks, lung complications, and general illness spiked following the January 2025 LA wildfires. And this is a study from Cedars-Sinai, because they have their emergency department is located about 10 miles from Pacific Palisades and roughly 20 miles from Altadena. Now, Altadena is where the largest fires ignited back in January 2025. So the investigators examined emergency department visits during the 90 days after the fires began, from January 7th to April 7th, and compared that data with emergency visit records from the same calendar period in each year from 2018 through 2024. So here's what they found. The total number of emergency department visits during this 90-day window in 2025 did not differ significantly from previous years in terms of number of of emergency visits. However, the visits tied to specific medical conditions rose sharply. So that's
okay.
Compared with the average rates observed over the prior 7 years, researchers identified a 118% increase in emergency visits for general illness. Visits related to heart attacks rose by 46%, while visits for pulmonary illness increased by 24%. So they're considering that this could be from fine particles released by the wildfires that entered the body and caused injury to the heart and lungs. It also could be stress related to the fires, which could have contributed to a broad range of health issues. There's also one other concerning trend. Abnormal blood test results associated with general illness more than doubled during the 90-day period in 2025 compared with the same time frame in earlier years. This type of finding has not previously been reported following major wildfire events. And so Joseph Ebinger, MD, MS, Associate Professor in the Department of Cardiology and first author of the study at Cedars-Sinai, says abnormal blood test results could indicate that the body is responding to an external stressor, such as toxins in the air. This study is an important step toward understanding how the Eaton and Palisades fires may have affected Angelino's health. We need more research to determine what we can do to mitigate any remaining risks and protect people from fire harm in the future.
You know, houses have some crazy stuff in them.
Especially houses that have been built in particular periods in our history.
Yes. I mean, not only like the asbestos and lead and stuff like that, but like just common everyday things for us now. Like we don't have a large history of knowing what it's like when a computer catches fire, right? Like those have only been around for 20, 30 years. Well, no, sorry, we're older than that, 40, 50 years. And so, like to have things floating around in the air that have not done so before, or in very small quantities to be, not statistically relevant. But when you have a giant fire in a modern setting now, what does that mean? What is in the air? If there's a giant fire like this 200 years ago, it's like, oh yeah, well there's wood out there and different kinds of wood, some metals, right. We know what that stuff is, and some of it can be dangerous, sure. But now, like with all the just think about a car on fire, all the rubbers and plastics and computer components and solvents and oils and like electric cars with the batteries, like the stuff that's in batteries is insane. And you've got all that stuff just being incinerated and going up into the air. Like, this does not surprise me in the least. It's very unfortunate and it sucks. It's awful.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it's fascinating, and like amidst all of the emotional baggage that's there, but also the fact that we do have the data to support this. You know, like we do have a lot of, perhaps this is a data point that could help in determining proper building materials in order, I mean, here in California, we have a strict code regarding earthquake protection for everything for all buildings here, and so to perhaps consider fire prevention and fire mitigation. As part of that,
those are all California building code. I mean, I used to work for a civil engineering firm, and I've worked for architectural firms in the past. California has some of the strictest guidelines for both fire, earthquake. I think those are like the two kind of big ones because we don't get a lot of flooding around here. But yeah, there is very necessary materials within homes, but it's rated for a specific kind of fire. Like if you have a fire in one room in a house that's been built within the last 10 years, if you have a fire in one room, there's a really, really good chance it just stays in that room, right? The whole house could burn down, but it's going to burn down a whole lot slower. It's not going to whip through the whole house and before people can get out, right? It's meant to isolate and to slow down fire so that your fire alarms go off, which again, fire alarms and stuff are mandated. They have to be there. Fire and the gas that you can't smell but that'll kill you, that's carbon monoxide detectors, like all that stuff. But the problem, not a huge problem, but a problem is that older homes don't have to apply to all of those guidelines. And so, and a lot of times things are, quote, grandfathered in, right? You buy a house new to you, but that was built 100 years ago. You don't know what's behind the walls, and it's not going to be safe stuff. It's going to be whatever they were building stuff with 100 years ago. Kind of interestingly, while I was sick in bed, I ended up watching YouTube videos of this dude who's renovating a home in Boston, a row home. And so like it is a 158-year-old house, row home, which is when you have a whole bunch of homes. It's just like one giant building, but technically there's like different, they're tall and skinny. It's like 3 floors and really, really skinny. Anyways, that's what a row home is. And just like watching these videos and him talking about like what he can get rid of and what he can't get rid of. Like he had this really old staircase that looks beautiful, but is not it would be illegal to build now, but was grandfathered in because that's how it was back then, and that was okay. And so if he was not allowed to like remove parts of it because then he would have to rebuild it, and it would be illegal to rebuild it the same way. So he had to keep it the same, just things like that. Anyways, old homes, dangerous. But hey, they're all burned down now, so I guess build new homes. I don't know. It's awful.
It is. So I mean, like, more on this as it develops, honestly, because we're not out of the woods yet at all.
I mean, ever.
No. Indeed.
Okay.
So we got two different things that we can talk about here, Stephen. What do you want to do?
Let's talk about pluribus. I don't want to talk about my science is cool, and I do want to talk about it. Not today. Not now. Let's talk about pluribus. Pluribus.
So, Stephen, the first season of Pluribus has concluded.
Yeah.
And I, as I've been watching or rewatching a lot of science fiction shows lately with my son, there's a real, I think that as good as a series starts or a season of a television show starts, the like recency bias means that you're probably going to really appreciate it even more if it sticks the landing. Steven, did it stick the landing for you?
For me, it did.
Yeah.
I felt that one, the story's not over, but two, this chapter is. And I think that's a good way to think about seasons in TV. It didn't leave on a giant cliffhanger, but it also very, very clear that the story is not over yet. There was sufficient closure.
For those who have been living under a rock or haven't been, following along, Pluribus is a post-apocalyptic science fiction television series created by Vince Gilligan, who you may know as one of the showrunners the main showrunner for Breaking Bad, but also was a staff writer on the X-Files. And so this show kind of feels like a way of fully exploring one particular science fiction concept, which is essentially everyone in the world except for 12 or 13 people have all been infected with this thing, and the entirety of the human race is now one giant hive mind, and they are now changing how the world is run quite a bit. But the show follows one person, Carol Sturka, who remains independent and is essentially going back and forth about whether or not it is worth it to, quote, save the world from peace, love, and happiness.
Yes. Have you watched any YouTube breakdown videos of the show?
No.
Okay.
No, I have not. But I have been listening to Boars, Gore, and Swords coverage of it with my good friend Red Scott and his co-host Ivan, and they've been going through it. So I've been steeped in it, but not like from official ways nor from video essays.
Right. Did they talk about color at all?
No.
Okay. This show is color coded, like by 1,000%, which apparently is something Vince Gilligan also did for both Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. In this show, there's a few colors that definitely mean something. One of them's yellow, the other one's blue. Yellow, which is a color that the primary character, Carol Sturka, that she wears a lot or is around a lot. And yellow stands for independence. The other color, blue, which is often around the hive mind. Do they have an official name? She's called them others.
The joined.
So their color is blue, and that represents them. There's a couple other colors that appear in a more of a minor way. There's whites, purity and innocence.
I feel like Manusos had a good name for them too, and I'm kind of curious, like
soul stealers.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
something in Spanish that if translated would get us in trouble. Manusos is
great.
He's until he started snapping his fingers, and I was like, I'm starting to turn on Manusos.
Well, I mean, let's be clear. It all depends on who you're rooting for and like what it is, these characters, one of the great parts about this is that this show isn't just an exploration of a science fiction concept. It is a character study of these characters going through and living through. Is it the end of the world? Is it the beginning of the world?
Let's ask John Cena.
Right? Yeah. But like, it's a fascinating sort of show, and I think that it gets a lot of criticism for being of a slower pace.
It's beautiful. It's paced
and
perfectly. Those people can go away.
Yeah, I agree. But of course, I'm also someone who likes a little bit of a slower pace. See Tales from the Loop, as an incredible science fiction show that has a very set it pace to it and is more of a character study than anything else.
This show is definitely along those lines where you're following Carol Sturka, you're in her mind, you're experiencing the world as she experiences it. Very rarely, until Manusos is introduced, very rarely do you get the point of view of somebody other than her, unless it's there. It happens occasionally from time to time just to tell the audience something very specific, but 95% of the time you're with Carol figuring things out.
Yeah, but like you're with Carol, who is frustratingly to the viewer. Like as a fan of science fiction, I kept on wanting answers. I had questions, almost immediately. I was like, okay, like as episode 2 credits rolled, I'm like, okay, how do the others sleep? Like why they say that they're, that they're conserving energy for some purpose. Like what are they doing? Why do they do these things? And how do they, and you get such a narrow view of it all. And in fact, one of the things I was curious about, and I'm very thankful for episodes 8 and 9 because of the vast wealth. Once Carol decided to take a different tact and actually ask questions, you as the viewer, you get the answers. But one of the things that I was also curious about after episode 2 or 3 was what's going to happen to Kusimayu, the young lady from
Peru. She's Peruvian, right?
Peru,
I believe.
Yeah. And because she had said when on Air Force One with Diabate, she had said like that as soon as she could, she wanted to become joined because she wanted to be with her family, with her aunt and with her sister, and so again, this is a really great thing that by the end of the season we got a conclusion on Kusimayu's story as well. And
hauntingly concluded.
How like but like I and here we are, the big questions that also remain at this point, which we have not necessarily gotten a conclusion on, is will the joined respect the wishes of those who are not joined?
They appear incredibly pacifistic. I mean, they say they will only eat food that has fallen naturally. They will not kill anything that they accidentally kill. They feel sad about.
They've said that your body is your own and your life is your own. And here we are, at the end of episode 9, and I think that whereas the beginning of the show, you had no reason to doubt the others in their sincerity.
The joined,
but but now you're like,
they're getting a little lawyerly on her. So I'm gonna give a spoiler warning. If you haven't finished the series yet, we're gonna so far we haven't really given away too much. And if it sounds interesting, please go watch the show. Apple TV Plus, it's worth it. 8 episodes, go enjoy. But there was a point where, because she asks, she has a whiteboard with a list of rules or known facts about the joined, and one of them was that they cannot lie. And there's a point where she says, "Hey, can you make me one of you?" And they're like, "We're months away from figuring that out." And then later she's like, and they're like, "Yeah, we can actually do it now, but we need one of your stem cells." And she was like, "I do not want that. You may not take my stem cells and turn it into something that will make me join you. And they said, okay, we respect you. We will not do that.
Sorry, we will not take anything from you.
Yes.
Very clear that that she had been told by Diabate that the process of harvesting her stem cells would be one in which a needle would be placed in her hip, and bone marrow would be pulled from it. It's very painful. And so she's like, no, I officially am on the record. I do not give my consent. However, that's not the only way you can get stem cells from from Carol Sturka.
A bit of not really a plot twist, but more of a reveal was that both her and her wife, were they married or were they just a couple? I don't remember.
I mean, I'd say wife. Okay. Yeah. Married is seems appropriate for Helen's relationship with Carol.
It was very serious. They were very anyways, her and her wife both had their eggs frozen for the possibility of having kids later in life. And she didn't tell the joined to stay away from those. And since the joined is everyone on the planet except for like 13 people, they knew about it and they just didn't say anything. So they are definitely playing the game of, we will answer any question that you ask us truthfully, but we're not going to volunteer information.
Yeah.
And that was like the first real note of sinister, of them being sinister, really. Like, oh, there's something else going on that they're not telling us. What a great show. And then we've got Manusos, who is just, he is a powerhouse of, I'm going to do it no matter what. You know? Like, he is just, something else with the color theory, blue. The sky is blue. And they are the joined are often watching them from the sky. Which is another like blue equals the joined kind of deal. Because when Manusos is trying to get through this jungle, which is the only way to get through, was it Panama? Because he's traveling from
the Darien Gap.
Yeah, the Gap thing, right? Darien Gap, yeah.
The Darien Gap, yeah.
So he's trying to get through there, and he ends up failing. And then they come out of the sky to save him. And then he immediately tries to slit one of their throats when he wakes up. Anyways, his the whole radio thing that is in was that the final episode where they go through all that stuff?
Yeah.
Or was it I don't. Okay. So
where he goes through which stuff?
The excuse me, because I'm saying stuff and I should be more specific. When he goes through his notebook and finds that one radio frequency when he was checking all radio frequencies when he was at his home.
Yes.
One of them he had question marks because there was something going on, and the idea there is perhaps that is the frequency at which the joined are communicating to each other with. And when he screams at one of them, which similar to what Carol did in previous episodes, and he did give them warning, and they all fall, seizures for a while, and then that frequency, like something changes in that frequency. So they're giving us little bits and pieces of sci-fi in here between the character study stuff, but that's, I don't know what that's going to be about. I don't know if this story is going to go to a place where things are attempted to be reversed or just stopped. I don't know. Where does this story go?
Yeah, I don't know. It will not be. So this season was a romance. It was a treatise on grief and on romance, and it went some pretty surprising ways, and you're not only learning about the world, but you're also learning about Carol's internal, like how she deals with grief, losing not just the entire world, but also losing her wife,
Yep.
and then falling in love with a particular vessel of the joined.
Yeah.
Uh,
and attempting to make that vessel unique and fooling herself while they were also fooling her, kind of.
yeah. Well, I mean, basically you could definitely read how the joined interact with Carol or interact with any of them as a way of them just, we're running out the clock until we figure out the best way to save these people from the suffering of independence.
It requires fairly limited resources to keep a handful of people alive on the entire planet. So let's just tell them they can have whatever they want because we're just running out the clock to get everyone. Because when the limited times that we do see the joined, they're living extremely frugally. Like they sleep in giant auditoriums just kind of next to each other because it doesn't matter. You just need a place to just lay down for a bit. And then the whole thing with the HDP, human-derived proteins. They're eating dead people because why waste the resource? Let's use all resources available. Very interesting. Also, like what's their end game must be just logically from the information we have. Their end game must be to 1, assimilate everyone, and 2, push the signal on to another society. Right?
Spread the gift.
Spread the gift. So, is that where conflict is going to come in? Are they going to be, or is Carol and Manusos going to be like, oh yeah, let's go destroy all the radar dishes, and then we get a montage of them doing that for like 5 years, just taking bats to satellite dishes, while the joined are standing around like, guys, come on, we just have to build another one. Like, and we don't see any like mass projects that the joined are doing. Like it, and just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like they could be at SETI just like building giant things to push the signal on. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
I mean, we won't know until Carol knows.
Right. But at the beginning of the show, they had found that whatever civilization had passed it along, the gift on to us, it came from some kind of antenna the size of Africa.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Okay. So giant satellite. They did mention at one point that I think Carol asked about astronauts, and they're like, yeah, they're coming back down. We got them too. Oh, all right. It'd be cool if it was like if they went super sci-fi at one point and they're like, oh yeah, we decided to build a giant satellite on the moon so you wouldn't mess with it, Carol. And they just like accelerated the space program, just been sending people up there. Send people up there. They build, they die, they freeze their bodies for the next round of people that come up, eat the bodies, keep building. They it doesn't matter. Right, they have 8 billion people as fodder to get this project done. Why not? Crazy.
Yeah,
Pluribus was really cool. Interestingly, my sister-in-law, who was on the show at one point, MJT, the PhD. She was on the show like a long time ago. But I asked her because I know
not on this show, not on Pluribus.
Not on Pluribus. No, on the show that people are currently listening to in their ears. Hopefully it's just their ears.
I was like, what?
No.
All right.
No, she's a big Ursula K. Le Guin fan, right? She suggested some books to read, and she's not crazy sci-fi, but like she's a fan of some sci-fi, and I thought, oh, this show might be right up her alley. And I said, hey, during Christmas festivities, between coughing, I said, hey, have you checked out Pluribus? And she goes, oh man, we've heard about it, but we don't know. And I was like, oh, do you want to watch a show about an alcoholic lesbian at the end of the world? And she was like, Yes. I was like, well, there you go. Or I see an alcoholic lesbian at the end of the world dealing with a hive mind that's taken over everyone else. And she turned to her wife and was like, why couldn't your brother have just said that? Apparently, her wife's brother like tried to explain the show and like did it very poorly. And I was like, this is what it is, and it's awesome, and you should check it out. I really do believe that she would totally enjoy the show, which it does kind of bridge that gap with science fiction. It's not so sci-fi that you have to suspend a bunch of disbelief. They put it right up front. They said, here's what it is. Here's how it works. These are the rules. It stayed consistent, which is key for fiction, specifically sci-fi, I believe. If you lay down rules about how the thing works, it always has to work that way. Otherwise, yuck. You can't just put quantum before something. This Nuka Cola Quantum is actually not too bad. Maybe the sugar is getting to me. I usually don't drink sugar soda. I'm almost done with it, though. Yeah. Pluribus, first season, excellent show. I cannot wait for more. It's gonna be great.
Did you look at the link? So I had sent you and Devin a link to Google Earth, and you can actually see like where the little neighborhood that they constructed that Carol Sturka's house is.
I missed that.
In Albuquerque. Beautiful. And one of the most amazing parts about it is that it has a snapshot from a particular day in 2024 where you can see it says come back. in white letters.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think you sent it as well. It was Carol talking to Carol.
Right. Yeah.
So like that's something that they've used sparingly in the show, but I hope that like something like that happens like every now and then because it's so fun. But like, and I mentioned before, John Cena, there's a certain point where Carol asked a question and they're like, oh, we've prepared a video to explain this. Turn on your TV. And it was like, hi, we're John Cena. And it was the actor John Cena, because if you got to think, this is a world where everybody is part of the joined. Why not get a celebrity to tell Carol what's going on? And he just explains a thing. And I thought that was a whole lot of fun, as like a little like what could be fun in this kind of world? Like the show is very not fun. It's very dramatic. Right. There's not, some parts are funny, but it's not a fun show. It's a very serious show. But like little bits like that every now and then, they just punch and hit that much harder because it is such a serious show. Like, hi, we're John Cena. Oh, that was great. Good job, John Cena. Cool. And so I said that to say you sent, was it Carol Burnett?
Yeah, it was Carol Burnett talking to Carol.
Yeah.
Sturka. And really, really interesting sort of thing going on there.
There was a point where I was watching the show. We'll end on this. Oh, geez, the burps. I'm so sorry. This Nuka Cola Quantum is coming back at me. Maybe it's the uranium. There was a point in the show where somebody was driving somewhere, and internally in my head, I was just like, they're driving a little fast. That seems a little dangerous, And I thought, that's probably a rally driver, a professional NASCAR. It's everyone. Right? They know exactly how that car works, how to push it to its limits. They know how the ground is. They know the temperature. They know everything about everything to be able to drive perfectly. And they didn't do it to extremes, but it was enough where I was like, they're driving a little fast, but like they would know. The joined would know exactly how much to push that car in that area, in that scenario. And little things like that, I hope we get more of later on. Like they'll do the thing where like someone will land a helicopter and walk out and they're wearing like gym shorts and you're like, what? And then someone else, just like hops in who was pushing a wheelbarrow a second before, and then the helicopter takes off and you're like, oh, that's right. They're everyone all the time. Crazy.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, check it out. Now you can binge the whole first season, and it's worth it.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So next week, book club, The Janitor in Space by Amber Sparks. Devin, if you're listening, I'm really looking forward to what you have to say about this because you seemed interested and we were waiting for you. And then we have one for the week after, which we will not spoil, but I read a little bit of it and it's pretty good.
It's real good. Real good. I finished. I read the one for, because I was like, oh, will this be good? Oh, it looks like I already finished reading it. And yeah. I'm going to share this one.
Definitely good. We will see everybody next year. However, we are going to do something that we rarely do on this show.
Yeah, I mean, you've always told me it'll be a cold day in hell before we skip an episode. Like, we better show up every week. Damn it.
There is a line, and we shall go no further, because on the other side of that line, we shall not cross it. Because if we do, then we're on a slippery slope. We're going to take a week off.
Dang it.
Sorry. Go ahead,
Steven. No, that's exactly. Yeah, it's fine. We'll take a week off So, but we're hopefully this does not mean that we're not going to be recording a show anymore, or maybe it does. I don't know.
This might have been the last show that anyone ever hears from us. I highly doubt that. The listeners are going to get this the last day of 2025 on the 31st, and we should be back with our next episode on the 14th of January. So please give us a little bit of grace here. There's been a lot going on. It'd be enough time to get Devin off the slopes, to get me healthy, and to Ben to play more video games, little cars.
More bang 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 racing.
More bang bang racing. All right. So, that's it for this week. That's it for this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see y'all next year. Ben, do you have any final words?
Well, I mean, Steve, I know this is a little bit late, but as we were, unwrapping gifts, I was wondering, do you know what animal is the fastest at wrapping gifts? It's the velociraptor.
Good night, everybody.
This has been the Science Faction Podcast. Tweet to the host at SciFact Podcast. Email them at sciencefactionpodcast@gmail.com and visit sciencefactionpodcast.com for more episodes.